Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Phantom Brigade and the tail end of the fight for Vremel here. I don't think this battle site probably won't be enough to completely finish it, but we'll do this, we'll hit the cache, and I'm sure that'll wrap it up. So while we're traveling toward the battle site, we might want to not turbocharge so that I can actually get some repairs on here. Okay, that's just the hard stop button. Okay. Now we're ready for overdrive. We didn't have enough overdrive to make it there anyway. Alright, so in terms of raw knock an enemy out of the fight effectiveness, the heavy Vulcan cannon thing probably is more effective than the plasma launcher. The plasma launcher is cool, but when you turn the Vulcan cannon on an enemy, if you get even like half of the streak, it just concusses them out of the game immediately. So we probably ought to swap back. Was there another thing that we were waiting to try out? No, not really. I might refit this. Shotgun's not fun enough. We might refit this into a melee mech. Okay, that warning is just you didn't employ a secondary, which I'm actually fully fine with. Yeah, it might be interesting to see how a melee mech works. I feel like so much of the combat is taking place at long enough ranges that melee would be garbage, but we'll see. 3 friendly, 5 hostile. These numbers bode very ill for our enemies, even before you consider the relative power level of the machines. Okay, so this thing is really rocket launcher tank. Doesn't want me to look at that mech for whatever reason. Shotgun and shield. Okay, this thing has to be taken seriously. We have a crawler with a machine gun. All right, yeah, but this heavy mech with the Vulcan cannon is going to be a real threat. Fortunately, it actually has pretty soft arms. If we can just put in some good focused fire, we can probably deal with it. So, among our mechs, who even gets targeted? Okay, mostly the sniper. Almost entirely the sniper. There's a single shot that comes for someone else. And it's at a distance where it doesn't matter. Like, this probably doesn't matter either, right? Yeah, probably not. Damn it. Stupid buildings. Alright, hold on a second. Let me start with you, because I'm probably going to want to get you out of the way. See, if I run this thing up to here, plant my feet, and then shoot at this thing even with it being blocked... Although, actually, I managed to find an unblocked angle. But I was going to say, even with it being blocked, it'll probably just cut the building in half. That could solve that problem. Alright, here we're just going to ride the advantage of our range. I think I can probably stop that thing from bringing me down that way, the old-fashioned way. The dying love to kill, but they're usually pretty bad at it. Okay, this guy is going to apparently be shooting at us for the entire round. It seems like maybe around here I can like pull up a little short and then just wait for him to like slide sideways across my clear field of view. That works. I like that. And then that just leaves the assault rifle mech, who has to try to weave in between all of these friendlies without running into anybody. Does that work? Yes, but my movement with the other person doesn't work. Okay, hold on. We'll have to correct that. But first, All right, this dude is just getting absolutely hammered. I am not thinking he is likely to survive. Okay, you have to take a slightly wider route. There we go. Something like that should work, right? And then we have, yep, nice clean shot during the part where he's running across the thing. Okay, I have high hopes for this. I think this dude's going to get concussed before the end of the round. We're going to see about putting up a nice big bullet hose over here, and if we're lucky, our sniper can put this thing down by itself. Okay, lost his legs right away. This has just gotten started. We've done some decent damage here. Haven't quite secured the kill, but I think if we just keep it up, we will. The enemy has conceded that my strategy is great and is merely employing it against me as well. Mirror match with our great big cannons, which probably, honestly, is not a good way for either of us to fight this. If we go a little bit more like this way, yeah, if we get up here, I can probably rain down some fire onto that thing. You're not going to be able to move for a minute. Well, you can move. You can move while that thing is shooting. It's going to ruin my accuracy, but I think that's probably fine. It's better than just getting picked apart, right? And my health is worth a lot more to me than theirs is to them because I have to think in a long-term way. This is actually really annoying. My allies, quote-unquote allies, are moving around me in a way that's going to make it fucking impossible to avoid running into them. So maybe I need to just plant my feet. Yeah. As much as I would like this mech to come over here and help with this. So we fire for a little while longer. Then he starts the return focus. And I feel like I want to wait through some of his return focus. Like I don't need to start moving immediately. Like there's that little bit of spin up time. Having the weight be represented by a distance you draw on the ground is so weird if you don't have room to draw that distance in a straight line, say because of elevation changes or whatever. Okay, let's see about this. These two tanks over here are gonna get shredded between the lot of us. I'm much more worried about the other stuff. So we didn't really do any damage to his mech, but we did do a significant amount of concussion damage. Yeah, and my mech's mostly fine. Okay, this thing crashed, but did technically survive. If I get a high enough angle here, I can take some decent pot shots at this thing. Does it intend to shoot? It's not going to shoot this turn. Okay. Trying not to overheat, but somebody does have to finish this thing off. I'm sure that will do it. If I get all the way up to here, we might be able to tag him. I'm a little worried that the house is going to end up eating the shot. And you, on the other hand, maybe like back up just a little bit. All right. Yep, as far as I can tell, the allied units were literally just running back and forth, like doing Frogger formations in front of my assault rifle units that I wouldn't be able to move forward. Just like, go ahead, try to get through this. Yeah, scrap everything. Yeah, I don't want any of this. And that was only 12 enemy weakened. So we had to fight one more. I'm kind of heading toward the cache. Okay, neither one of these is like particularly easier. Although actually getting that equipment convoy is... It looks like we're going to just crash right into it here, but I think that's what we want to do. Enemy experimental. A group of small mech squads all specializing in different tactical techniques, carrying powerful experimental equipment. That's exciting. And it's on this long bridge map. That is also actually very exciting for us. So I've had some complaints about this game, but like I do want to be clear. Basically, all of my complaints thus far boil down to information is not clear enough. You'd really like all the information to be super clear in a tactical, in a strategy game of any type, and I don't want it to come across like I think that's a trivial problem to solve, like the developers are just a bunch of dummies because they didn't put it together. Like conveying a lot of information effectively and concisely without, causing total visual soup on the screen is it's a very difficult problem. This is a lot of enemies, and they did not start as far back on the bridge as I thought they were going to. Like they are all the way up on us. This is a little bit of a problem. So I think what I'm going to do here is have the marksman actually back off. The marksman can harass people who are on the bridge from a decent distance. You have an assault rifle? All right, that's fine. The sniper, I think, should pretty obviously be running back. What is this weapon? That's a railgun. Okay. Hold on. And then right before that guy's about to shoot, we're going to perform a leap. All right. In theory, that shot will go off during the leap. And then probably want to execute the railgun guy. Except he's a little close, isn't he? There's a marksman back there. Oh, railgun cannon. Let's not allow any of that. Railgun. The phrase railgun cannon makes me profoundly sad. It's like the opposite of cellar door. You're just gonna run. I mean, you're just gonna run more or less this way. I kind of want to have this mech on the other side of the highway, right? But looks like I am maybe going to run afoul of a little something here. So what if I move to like here? And then I give the best dash I'm able to give and hopefully just don't be quite where the bullets are. Start work on that railgun tank right away. Probably not actually get that much done. And then once I'm across here, the railgun tank is light. So once I'm across here, I think the play is just stomp it. Go for a little bit of the old stompy. Okay, and then we have you. Obviously, what I would like to do with you is... Oof, that railgun's coming for you, though. I gotta be a little cautious. Try to put myself like low on the slope here. We'll just fire upward. Yeah, we'll see about that. And if I'm there, then the railgun cannon. It looks like it still has an Oh no, it has to shoot through the ground. We'll see if it can. It might be able to penetrate that much earth. We'll see what level of fantasy we have mixed into our science fiction railguns here. All right, let's watch this assault rifle cross the... Oh, wow, that was fast. All right, good leap, good clear. Yeah, so this tank got crashed by the first shot, and then it got re-crashed by one of the other tanks driving over it. So it's not actually dead, but it didn't get to do anything. All right, another target knows about this fight. A squad took off from a nearby unit and is expected to land here soon. Okay. We'll see. We'll see about that. So that's a deceased pilot. Heavy cannon doing what the heavy cannon does. So you're under attack immediately. And that guy pretty much just stays put and tries to assault rifle you to death. It is his assault rifle arm that's injured. So we might be able to just outduel him here. We can certainly take some advantage of our superior range. Speaking of superior range, I mean, the railgun cannon enemy is probably already done. I think the assault rifle is in real good position to handle that. I want to move in a way that I feel is going to allow me to maintain line of sight over the hills here, but also where I'm getting closer to being able to like stomp another tank if I want to, because we might need to. This thing is proper heavy, too big for stomp. Just shoot you in the back some. And then I don't think that railgun attack is going to happen. Might move you to just like right here. And to be perfectly honest, just gun this thing down. I don't think you should have a problem. A lot of those bullets are going to miss. It's still going to be plenty. Come on. Oh, you almost got him. All right, that's clear. Yeah, this thing is going down rapidly. Did I? Yep, I sure did clear that. Pilot is deceased. All right, well, probably this would be a good time for a little shield. shield up and withdraw. Maybe this isn't the best direction to withdraw. I'm looking at the metal hose coming out of the heavy, the Vulcan cannon. Like fall back to here. So I'm inside the objective zone. That's when I am finally out of heat. I am going to have the sniper move over some. We're going to be firing less than optimally accurate shots here. I want to make sure that I'm not firing like directly down range toward one of our own units. You are probably not in a position to be able to help, but if I got back up on here, maybe? Maybe. And you don't have to do anything. You can just rest. Okay, never mind. Handled. Yeah, the Vulcan cannon is bananas. Okay, they actually want me to deal with the external reinforcements. All right, that can happen. You're super fast, right? Oh, yeah, wow. Yes, you fucking are. I don't know where I expect these enemies to come in from. I'm just going to kind of like draw up closer to the center of the bridge. We can leap off the side if it ends up making sense to do so. Oh, that thing's still alive. That's right. You remember how there was that one tank I was like, hey, this thing got knocked down, but remember, it's not actually out. Oh, you're crashing because you ran into the corpse of a real enemy. All right. Yeah, that is why we are still in the mission. Totally forgot. Okay. I feel like the dead body of a thing shouldn't necessarily form a block, and if it is going to form a block, then it should form the block on the movement planner, which it currently does not. If I do this, am I going to eat handgun fire? Yeah, a little bit. There we go. You know what? Right at the beginning of the turn, you can fire once too. All right. There we go. You gonna get up? There we go. It's good enough. Okay, I thought it was going to make me actually pick up the crates in time to avoid the reinforcements if I wanted to do that. But no, it was just because there was an enemy that was still alive. All right. Let's see here. Definitely in sort of like naive scrap mode on all this. Yeah, we can make our own railgun repeaters and they'll be higher level than this one. The only thing we might want to hold on to is like... Nah. Yeah, just scrap it all. It's another 15 points of enemy weakened, which of course is not actually the end of the encounter. Let's go hit the cache. Slow down a little bit so we can get some quick fix in. But yeah, this one went much more smoothly. We did not come anywhere close to running out of supplies. All right, let's do it. Yeah, this does not look like much of a resistance. I mean, we can't see what those pings are, but we can see that there aren't very many of them. Ooh, it was not clear to me that our units would be starting on in a tiny depression like this, though. That actually sucks a bunch. Okay. Yeah, all right. I guess we're gonna have to real quickly here. What do we have? What are we looking at? Shotgun, plasma repeater, shotgun, beam, and shotgun. Okay, so the plasma repeater, this tank we should take seriously. Fortunately, it's just a normal hostile tank, and we can probably kill it pretty easily. For some reason, some of them are actually launching attacks, despite the fact that there's no way they could hit any of us. Sorry, give this thing a little bit more time to come around the corner of the building. You probably have enough time to like run all the way up around here. This thing is so fast. Having a really fast mech is actually quite nice. All right, we'll see about getting some shots in there. Okay, so if I move up a little bit further, I am not going to be blocking the sniper shots at all. This is probably dramatically overkill, but like I very much meant what I said about taking this thing seriously. I think you're going to run this way as well, but you're also going to have a much harder time actually making it to the ramp. All right, not a very eventful first turn. All right. Knocked the pilot clean out of there. So now that they have a little bit of visibility to us, they do not seem to be very focused on the enemies that the mechs they can actually hit for some reason. So I kind of want to just like step this thing forward to here and open up on that heavy. Maybe I'm better off. Ooh, look at the explosions caught mid-bloom. Well, he's going to run behind cover from my perspective anyway. What I was saying is, even though we're like really short, just hammer this thing down with the Vulcan cannon because we know it'll work. And you maybe, nope, never mind. Like if I do this, at what point in this movement does it start shooting me? Okay, that's not too bad. So if I want to throw in an attack, this is pretty non-ideal. I think I'm probably just going to ignore it. Yeah, so right about here, just point the shield at it for a second. You just move this attack forward a little bit. Little bit more. I want it to start happening after. There we go. Yeah, only 40% of the 6,000 bullets will make contact. I can live with that. Okay, it doesn't start shooting until solidly after we're done shooting. So we can get all that out and then take cover. Get ready for this thing that thinks it can sneak up on me. It does fire a second time. So we're probably going to want to do like... Honestly, maybe just stop our run here. And then it will reveal itself as it comes around. It's got a beam, which is a little scary. But it's also just a normal tank. It does not have much in the way of HP. They're just normal tanks. He's not going to reveal himself around the edge of this building here. I'm a little unsure what I want the sniper to do. We can fire over your head and perhaps make all of that movement unnecessary. Yeah, I guess like just being sure. Because the thing is, the sniper really can't contribute to battle in any other way this turn. Okay, that's a pretty decent hit. Thing's dead before it even gets anywhere close. You survived and you just didn't do any damage. Okay. Well, we can absolutely just fight the beam mech with its greatest weakness here, which is distance. That guy's got a shotgun, so he's not terribly frightening at this range either. So yeah, just withdraw extremely fast. Get a lot of bullets out of this thing in a real hurry. And then you're going to try to shotgun me, which I would prefer that you not do. And I guess just like... wait until you're done firing and then just fall back, right? Get back behind the building before the shield runs out. I don't think this thing is likely to survive this fire. Which means that when we get up here, I really want to... yeah. We're definitely going to take some heat damage on that one. All right, excellent work from the sniper. Okay, the beam was hitting us from further away than I thought it would based on how short the last one of those we saw seemed to be. But even being held on this thing with focus for a couple of seconds didn't really seem to do very much damage, did it? Actually pretty disappointed. That weapon's a lot less interesting than I thought it was, if that's the best it can do. Alright, they got a lot of shotgun and shield stuff going on here, and I don't think it's the right play for defending this terrain. I don't think they really thought this through at all. Actually, we can probably run all the way through to here. Well, not this turn. We'll work on it. Yeah, geez, who would have thought being able to see what the enemies are doing ahead of time has turned out to be a massive advantage for us. I don't know how these tanks think they're going to survive this strategy of just like bull rush the Vulcan cannon that has sniper cover. And they're trying to tell me that that unit doesn't have orders, but it seemed to be doing just fine. Alright, I do believe you're dead there, friend. My plan was to have this thing scoot around and shoot over the gap, but I don't think that's actually going to end up being viable at all. Oh, you're crashing? What did you crash into? Was that tank heavy? My embarrassing units. Yeah, gosh, you can really see that speed difference. Okay, I'm not going to accidentally shoot my my assault rifle unit in the back here. All right, and we can shield up here. I mean, this should be no problem at all, right? There we go. I do feel like it could just go ahead and stop the turn when you actually win. But whatever, it's fine. So, the ability to build starbursts, that's cool. We'll pull that whole arm. So this is a different... Hits compromise target stability and make them more susceptible to crashes even with light units. So I'm assuming that's what stagger does? You know what? Bring me this thing in its entirety. I need to have a look at it. Yeah, the shotgun's only 38. That's only 38. There we go. Okay. And that's 24 enemy weakened, so yeah, that's going to be a liberation. You know what? We're not going to do any celebration or anything. All my pilots are going to automatically fully recover anyway, like. Let's go to the... Actually, we're at the location of the hidden cache. Right? Am I not? It feels like I am. Wait, is there something else I'm supposed to do? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know who the hell you guys are, but perhaps you haven't received the good news. I feel like at a certain point I should be able to auto-resolve. You know, these guys are, what, threat rating 79 or something? This is not a real fight. It's one mech. Yeah, okay, let's put him to bed real fast and then we can get back to what we were doing, the actual stuff. Just put the sniper up on something tall and press the button repeatedly. Run you forward a little bit. And actually, I'm going to change that sniper's orders because I think we're doing that. So this guy is already handled. Let me make that first attack on the tank. I don't think either of them is likely to still be alive at this point, so I'm not going to stress about that. Just in case. I don't anticipate that being a real thing, but we'll continue on through here and all right. I think we got a pretty good read on how our mechs handle in these situations. Alright, so the two tanks went down. This guy got shoulder checked by our heavier assault rifle mech. Assault rifle mech should disengage from the situation a little bit, because I think we probably have taken a tiny bit of friendly fire. But honestly, I don't think we have to do anything. All right, everybody gets to shoot him once. Go find the position for your order. Okay, somehow I feel like that's going to be it. Pilot, quote-unquote, concussed. We concussed him into a bunch of tiny little pieces on that one. You know what? We're taking that just because here, let me mark this whole thing, crack it up, but I desperately need a new assault rifle. Okay, well, I don't think this cache is not a real thing. Whatever's going on with this is fake. So back to the resupply point. Trash this objective because it's fake. Before I forget, friend, great news. Oh, interesting. This one doesn't do concussion damage. Is it only the ones that are marked burst do concussion damage? And this actually has an unusually high concussion. Shoot. It has an unusually high amount of concussion damage too. I don't know if I think this is an upgrade, to be perfectly honest with you. It does like 50% more damage, but, well, not 50%, but it's just, yeah, it's just, if it's not aiding in the concussion, I don't know if I think it's better at all. Hold on, let me equip this. Is the concussion damage coming from... No, it's coming from the gun itself. Is it a manufacturer thing? Do the manufacturers matter? These ones specialize in stealth and energy outfitting. We'll go back to the old one for the moment, because it does feel like concussion damage is kind of the only thing that matters. All right, hold on a second. Video game, what the fuck is going on with this music? The music, like, easily quadruples in volume for no reason, seemingly arbitrarily. I don't really know what to make of that. It's just another thing where it seems like they probably didn't mean for it to do that. They just do not seem to have their... Oh, we can't build any kind of assault rifle. That's a shame. They can't seem to, like, rein in what their software is doing. Yeah, to be perfectly honest with you, I just don't think we're upgrading. This one's doing just fine. Okay, so if that's the case, then that's probably just scrap. Yeah, I can't detach anything from it anyway. All that stuff is fused. So we have, gosh, we have so much stuff. It is probably going to be worth it for me to off camera go and work through all of this noise. But first, we're going to go get back our quick fix, liquid fix. There you go. That's the words I wanted. So let's rest and resupply. And I don't know that we really, like, I could go through and try to upgrade all of my mech parts, but, like, it's tedious, right? This is a tedious thing to have to do over and over again. You're poring over a map when you register your pilot's whispered discussions. One relates a rumor from years past about glitches in the prediction system. Another responds saying the temporal anomalies remind them of a cursed mech that was decommissioned years ago. The engineers tried to push the boundaries of the prediction system so we could see beyond the immediate future. People say the old code still runs in the background, and sometimes your pilots don't notice you until your shadow falls over them. Why would this be, like, we're literally just sitting here. Why would this be a thing they're not allowed to be doing? What? Okay, what's the story? Experimental program was tied to casualties in older units. Pilots who survived the glitch reported what looked like the most optimal threat led to destruction. Comrades of deceased pilots witnessed them charge into situations the system should have averted. Those who fought alongside glitched mechs found themselves affected, leading to rumors of a runaway AI. Okay. Mechs from that era were decommissioned, but if they were scrapped for parts, if they're rusting in a hangar, nobody knows. I mean, I'm going to hit continue here. It's weird that no need to entertain this further sounds like end the dialogue, but this is marked continue. Yeah, okay. Okay, sure, whatever. And again, just tell the pilots, nah, that's stupid. I'm sure that didn't happen. For some reason would reassure them when, like, the whole point is that we can't possibly know. All right, there's no reason not to be at 8 pilots when we have this many resources laying around. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh, we can buy the rare manufacturing upgrade now too. I should definitely do that. And then we can build like decoy drones. We can build comms jamming stuff. And this is all for like when you're fighting more real opponents, more significant opponents. For the moment, it would not seem like it makes much sense to pursue any of that kind of stuff. Increasing our general cruise speed is probably worthwhile. Just our general move around speed. Have to get some more rare components. Okay. That's fine. We'll worry about that later. Let's get ourselves up to 8 effectively interchangeable, effectively nameless pilots. And then we're ready to just move on to the next place, right? And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with our setups, so we can kind of just keep moving. It is going to be kind of annoying the way these are laid out. It's going to be a little bit annoying to like run around. Gosh, maybe we have to take the capital city. Maybe that's a big deal. I was going to say to just like run around and clean up all of them. Taking out the capital is probably really important. Retaking the capital, not taking out the capital. Obviously, we want there to be a capital. And it does have a threat level of 750 with a combat level of 6. So maybe what we want to do is kind of like sweep out and around here and try to make that happen. We could like just push through Hosfred. Yeah, we could come at it from this angle. That's probably the better move. Like Hosfred next and then into Logge. So most types of points don't do anything, right? Oh no, okay, this Monument 12 outpost, it says a resupply point, but the text resupply point is over this real base, and it wasn't over this. So does this symbol mean a resupply point? This weird like crown thing? That's good to know. I don't need to go back to the center of the province all the time. Although, again, it doesn't really matter because we only have to make this decision when the province is liberated, and time means nothing anyway. All right, we probably should get started on a new one, but you know what? I'm not going to do that 50 minutes into the episode. I think we're just going to call a successful week of liberations here. I'm a little bit concerned. We haven't faced a mission that was even kind of a challenge in a while. And I am wondering if maybe the scaling here either is not configured very tightly, or if indeed there is simply no way for the game to pose a threat when you know ahead of time everything that's going to happen. We'll give it a little bit longer. We'll give it a little bit longer to challenge us, to show us something. But yeah, I definitely have some concerns about the long term of this campaign, and that it might be 10 hours of the same trivial win over and over again after a certain point of development. I guess we'll keep an eye on that in the future. So come back next time to see if the next province falls over as easily as this one did. Maybe we just got lucky. Maybe it won't. And we'll see you then.